bring in now Lieutenant General Mark Hertling, a CNN military analyst who was the commanding general of Europe and the 7th Army. General, great to see you. A short time ago, CNN learned Russian President Vladimir Putin has appointed a new general to direct his war in Ukraine. How significant do you think that is?
Well, it's interesting from the standpoint of command and control, first of all, Jessica. This general, a guy by the name of Alexander Dvornikov, is a typical Russian general. He's been assigned to the western, the central, and the southern districts, and he's had the typical path of infantry commands, gone to all the right schools like the Frunze Academy and the Voroshilov Academy. But here's some interesting things. He's also fought in the Chechen War in Grozny, and from 2015 to early 2016, he was the first Russian commander in Syria at the beginning of the Russian involvement there. So this individual has had a lot of experience with the kinds of things we've been seeing lately. Right now, he's the commander of the Southern Military District, and this may or may not mean things to your listeners, but he's within that Southern Military District are areas like Chechnya, Dagestan, North Ossetia, Volgograd, and Crimea. So he knows the area in which he's serving, and the way he has conducted combat operations in the past has caused him to be. He's received a lot of medals from Putin himself, but he has also been the kind of executioner that we've seen prosecute these kind of campaigns where there's an awful lot of civilian attacks, civilian destruction, chaos on populations, both in Syria and in Grozny. So this is a guy that is going to be asked to deliver success before the 9 May May Day parade in Moscow. Now, whether or not he's going to be able to do that, it's a whole different story because he doesn't have a whole lot of forces to execute some of the attacks in the eastern part of Ukraine.
All right. So, as you heard, Putin has appointed a brand new commander. Now, I think this is significant. I really do. You heard about the kind of experience he has. And, ladies and gentlemen, he just came out and made a direct threat of military action against the U.S. Russia warns of direct military confrontation with U.S. Moscow taps new Ukrainian war commander. Live updates. So, ladies and gentlemen, for the most part, this article, I'm going to skip over like the first 3 paragraphs because it's just padding. It's the same propaganda we hear every day in America. I'm not interested in that. I want to go down to the point where we hear about this new commander. To me, that's way more significant than the butt lashing that America does every day in the media. So, Russia appoints a new war commander. Moscow has appointed a new war chief after largely, the battle of Ukraine, because a couple of generals were lost. This is according to a senior official. According to the official, who is not authorized to be identified. Okay, so somebody being anonymous. We don't care about this. So this man's name is Alexander Dvornikov. And they said he has a history of being very brutal in Syria and other civilians. He's 60 years old. He's one of the most experienced military officers in Moscow. So, as you heard, he's a central war commander, but now he's going to be the commander of the entire thing. So, over the war, and no matter what part of Ukraine is under attack, he is the commander. So, this commander, he's not backing down. He is making threats on the U.S. with military action. And this is what I got to say. Pay attention. Because one thing about the media and all of these high IQ people online, they haven't been right about Putin yet in this whole thing. So if you hear a threat like that, you better take it seriously. Because they'll just come on. I don't think he's going to do this, and I don't think he's going to do. Yeah, y'all said the same thing about the invasion. So I can't look at you as a source. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, the U.S. is still over there in Poland training Ukrainian troops. And they are, the U.S., after training Operation Patrol Bolts and kamikaze drones, is what they are gearing up to use over there. So, look, I'm just telling y'all, be on the alert, because I really, many of us, since this whole thing began, had this feeling that something is coming on the US. And if this man makes good on this attack that he is saying he will do, then you can best believe the US won't have a choice but to get in the fight if they get a direct attack from Russia. So I just find this real interesting. So they're talking about, Putin and war crimes, and, America got a lot of nerve talking about war crimes, and y'all haven't been stopping any type of crime for the last 500 years. So I really don't want to hear that, especially from y'all. You are the last to speak about somebody and some war crimes. Are you for real? So we warned that such, let me just get that out of the way. Some ad popped up, of course. So they're saying, we warn that such actions are dangerous. They can lead the US and Russia Federation into the path of direct military confrontation. I think that's the goal. I think that's exactly what they are trying to go for. So, y'all gonna have to tell me what you think on this one. I mean, at least I can say I am paying attention. I don't think these people are joking, they're not playing around. And if you hear this kind of threat after seeing what's going on in Ukraine and you ignore it, then you are indeed a fool. For real. So the Ukrainians wrap up training in US. So they got some of these Ukrainians here in America, and they are being trained, militarily trained on US soil. So that's another thing that's going on. And they're saying the mission was extended to include training on switchblade drones. So I guess they're teaching them how to use drones and boats and other things over here, which stay aloft long enough for operations to locate enemy positions or armored vehicles and then crash into them and explode. So I looked online, y'all. There is an 8-mile Russian convoy that was picked up by satellite that's going on right now, because they are moving to attack the eastern part of Ukraine. And a lot of people are, well, they left this area and that area. Well, they already destroyed the area. What are they sitting there for? Of course they're going to move on. Even if you claim the Ukrainians recaptured those bombed out, shelled areas, nobody can live there. What good is that going to do? So, y'all tell me what you think on this very open and direct threat on the US, which I'm not surprised. Every single day, Biden is coming out with more sanctions and more aid to Ukraine. And it seems like it's a non-stop cycle and a non-stop flow of money to this place. And I'm just wondering, how far is America going to go with this when you got homelessness and people in this country that are struggling and can't get on their feet over the last 2 years since 2019. They just can't. And I just love how this president is just overlooking the ones in need right here on his soil and looking past all of that to look over to Ukraine. And he really think Obama is going to help him. Does he realize the community don't listen to Obama? Obama was in there for 8 years and didn't do one single thing for us. But see, we know you got it all rigged up that way, the benign and neglect. Talk to us during the time of election, and then the rest of the time ignore us and blow off our requests, blow off our reparations, blow off anything that we may be interested in, blow off qualified immunity and any type of protection bills that we want. No, you just blow all of that off and then turn around and give us a bunch of crap that we never asked for. I didn't know anybody was asking for Ketanji Brown. I mean, come on, Jackson, Ketanji Brown Jackson for the Supreme Court. We weren't asking for her. Nobody was checking for her at all. She got a horrible track record. But see, that's the kind of people you want. And we weren't asking for an anti-lynch bill because that lynching bill will just sit and collect dust because your cops got an agenda to call every single lynching a suicide. That's not going to do us any good, you know? And this war has been very interesting, to say the least. But y'all tell me what you think about this new general threatening direct military confrontation against the US. I mean, do you think it will happen? I think it's possible. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.